It's Friday once again, and I'm here to talk to you about all the fun things you can stream and watch on your couch. So let's start with videos on demand and the movie Arkansas. This is from director Clark Duke, who also stars in it, along with Liam Hemsworth and Vince Vaughn. And this is kind of a dark tale of drug dealers who have kind of made their own choices and they're living with the repercussions from that. It's a very somber tale, and there's a lot of action and violence as well as kind of some slow moments too. I have to say though, it's one of my favorite Vince Vaughn roles. He delivers something amazing in this. So if you get a chance, please check that out. Moving on to streaming, let's look at Disney Plus again. Of course, we did the whole Star Wars day, and maybe you got through the movies, but did you get a chance to actually check out The Clone Wars? This is an animated series, and if you're a fan of the Star Wars world, universe, galaxy, you might want to check out The Clone Wars because this gives so much back end. This takes place towards the end of the prequels, of course, and this is one of those tales where we get a chance to revisit a little bit more with Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, which is another character that going to meet through this, and she's very seminal now as they built the storyline into it. So if you want to get a little more history into your Star Wars world, especially a lot of that stuff that happened early on, this is definitely something you want to check out, especially since they've worked really well to tie in things into the films. Lastly, I have to talk about Solar Opposites, coming to Hulu. And if you're asking, isn't this a little bit too much like Rick and Morty? Well, there's a reason for that. It's by Dan Harmon as well as Justin Roiland, who is also the voice of Rick and Morty and who is the voice in this too. Luckily, we had a chance to catch up with Sean Giambrone, who is also, if you remember, from The Goldbergs. So he's also here to talk about his character, Yumulak. What was your experience playing your character?
I love playing the character because it's a departure from anything I've played before, and the writing is it has the same vein as Rick and Morty does.
Right.
So
I mean, he's a fun guy too. I mean, the best things about him are, of course, the fact that he wants to be cool. They both come in from an alien world. They have all this technology, but essentially they want to be cool, and so they're trying to get into the cool clique. The cool thing about Yumulak is he also has this, I guess let's call it a hobby, right? Where he kind of shrinks people down. He has his own little worlds too.
Yeah, because I think on the homeworld he was kind of like a bounty hunter in training kind of guy, and he was kind of like the cool guy. And now he comes to Earth and he's kind of on the outskirts, and he still's got his collection of people. Which, yeah, this image is great.
So it's kind of interesting how this whole it's like a family vibe, but it's also a work relationship. It's almost like a I want to say it's almost like a foul mouth Third Rock from the Sun, maybe a little bit.
I've been people have been saying that on I've been hearing that, and I'm like, yeah. There is kind of like that flavor to it too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think when they cast me, they kind of liked the idea of having like a voice from a sitcom show be like one of the kids, because
Right.
then it's like it kind of ties into there.
Such a fun guy. I love The Goldbergs, and I loved this show too. So make sure to check it out. It's on Hulu now, the whole series. Eat up all 8 episodes really quickly so you can watch them once over again. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and be entertained. We'll see you then.